Hello, hello, and happy Monday, I think it is. Welcome. I see Brenda. Hi, Kim. Lexington, Kentucky. That's awesome. Oh, I forgot to turn the vocal down here. Hold on one second. The speaker. There we go. Okay. Hey, hi, Jean and Linda, Tanya. Welcome, you guys. Um, oh, Galena instead of McFarland. Okay, Jean, cool. Hi, Paula. I'm looking at my phone, you guys. That's why I'm looking down a little bit. It's easier to see than what is showing up on my laptop here. Hi, Elaine and Shar. Welcome, you guys. Thanks for joining me on a Monday evening. My Christmas in July virtual free class, it ended up being postponed a couple times. So I'm thankful that I'm here right now. And if I see a few of you are on here, I hope that most people will come back. And I'm just taking a look here. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's so funny. It's funny looking at what comes up in the notes in the live stream. But if you are joining me for the first time, welcome. My name is Barb Ryder. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Michigan. I'm going to see if I can't move my little screen over and see the comments better. One second. There we go. Hi, Jeanne. Things are a little better. They're changing. So, yeah, we still have more things going on. Yeah, but it is what it is, and I just have to figure it out. I just have to figure it all out. We'll get it figured out. But I'm going to share some Christmas ideas with you with a beautiful stamp set. I love it. It's a great set for you to consider for your own Christmas cards. It's a very great value price, and the sentiments are awesome too. So there's lots and lots to choose from in our mini catalog, our holiday catalog, or they call it our July to December. But yeah, it has lots of great things, and I'm just going to share one. I chose to go with one stamp set for this free card class. That way you can focus in and make some really easy but elegant Christmas cards. So all right, I see there's just a few of you on here, and again, it's a different night than I normally go, so this is going to be recorded. It'll also be uploaded on my YouTube, so if you're watching it on YouTube, thank you so much for joining, and make sure you subscribe. I am going to, my hope was that I would try to do a YouTube live at some point, but right now I'm just trying to stick with what's going on because my time is less than what I had before to work on my stamping business and stuff. So, hi Carol Lee, thanks for joining us. So if you are joining for the first time, thank you so much, and I am going to go ahead and get started so that we've got, I have 3 cards here, and so what is a free virtual class? Let me explain. So what I like to do is provide a free card kit for anyone that purchases $30 or more from me during a certain time frame. I believe I have it through August. I did not. It's in the description. I'm sorry. I don't know if I said the 10th or the 15th. I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, it's basically a couple weeks. You have a couple weeks to place an order with me, and if it's $30, you're going to get these card kits for free. Now you will have to have the stamp set, and you will have to have the coloring mediums or some ink pads. And you can use the ones that I have that'll coordinate with the cardstock and all that you're going to get in that kit, that free kit. Or you can use a different stamp set even, and just use the card kits to create something similar with what you already have if you don't want to go with the piece to use set. It'll be adaptable either way, I promise you. So there's that. Let's see, and then you'll get the card kits. Now if you move your order up to $50, right now in August, we've got some great stuff going on. You have the Sale-a-Bration, which is you get to, for every $50 in product, you get to choose a free item. And so you'll get that in your order that you place. And of course, you can do it online using the host code that you see right there. You can, if you use that host code, you'll be able to get the free card kit. You'll also be able to get a free product of the $50 value. And here's a secret. I believe we've got some new things that are going to be offered tomorrow for Sale-a-Bration. So check that out tomorrow. Hi, Kay. Welcome. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. It helps my business more than I could even ever tell you guys. Back to, if you spend $50, you get a Sale-a-Bration item, plus you're going to get a free embellishment from me in addition to the card kits. So it's worth it to pop up to that $50 order with me using that host code that I just shared right here. Okay? All right. I'm going to turn the camera down and we are going to get started on our projects for tonight, okay? Just 1 second. All right, so we are going to be featuring Peace to You, and then I've also, the Hope and Peace set, which is right next to this one in the catalog. So I'm going to grab the catalog here, the July to December, and pages 40 and 41 are the two pages that I'm kind of featuring tonight, mainly the Peace to You stamp set. All right. So we're going to use some of the sentiments in the Hope and Peace that go so nicely on the inside of your card. They're awesome. Hi, Sue. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's a great set, Linda Bird. You need to get it. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is use these sets. Now, one of the things that I definitely would recommend, if you do not have the Stamparatus is going to be beautiful, give you some gorgeous, gorgeous images, okay? So we're going to be using that tonight. I'm going to use that on all of those really solid images, okay? So, put these aside for the moment, and we're going to start out with Blackberry Bliss. How many of you like the color Blackberry Bliss? Hi, Marilyn. Thanks for joining from Vermont. How many of you like Blackberry Bliss? I would be curious to know. Okay. All right. I'm just grabbing out my goodies here. So we're going to need Blackberry Bliss. We are going to use Merry Christmas, which is in the, Linda likes Blackberry Bliss. The Hope and Peace, we're going to use the Merry Christmas, which is a really pretty font. There you go. Bring it up a little closer, you can see. Okay. All right. And then we're going to use the church that is in the stamp set, okay? We're going to use this piece first. So in these virtual classes, oh, Carol Lee, that's one of your favorite colors. Awesome. Jeanne, awesome. You like Blackberry Bliss, but need to see if I have the stamp pad. I know I have the paper. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You know, you could probably use another color that would go well with it, but that's going to be our card base. So you could use, our card base is going to be Blackberry Bliss also. All right, so I said we're going to be using the Stamparatus, and so here is what we have. And when you're using the Stamparatus, you get two plates. And so I've got this stamp on one and then this one on the other because we're going to be using both. Okay? So, all right. First thing we're going to do is we are going to, here's a couple things that I'm featuring. Let's see here. In these card kits, we're going to be using the rectangle stitch framelits. Now listen, any of the card kits that you get that have any of the dies like this, those pieces will be done for you. However, if I ever do a class where you have to stamp the image and then die cut it, I usually don't provide the die cut image. You need the whole thing. But I just thought that this looked really, really pretty with the gold paper that we're going to use here in just a second, okay? So rectangle stitch framelits, that is going to be something used in the cards that we're doing, okay? And so what I've done is this is the brushed gold pack of foil, and so you can see the stitching. We're going to be using that as our frame. We are also going to be featuring the Sale-a-Bration paper with the gold. This has the gold dots, so you get gold and silver dots and stripes, okay? So it's white on one, it's one-sided. And then, but yeah, for $50 purchase, you can get a package of this for free. It's silver and gold 6x6, and you get 24 sheets. Silver and gold. So this one is going to feature gold. All right, I have it for the inside and for stamping. I have our basic white, and this size is 3 3/4 by 5. The gold piece is 3 3/4 by 5. That's going to be on the front, okay? And then you have your basic Blackberry Bliss, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and it's folded or scored at 4 1/4. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and stamp our image first. Now, if you're not familiar with the Stamparatus, basically what you do is you figure out where you want to stamp your image, and then you, okay, so this is clean. All right. So this is one of the easiest, simplest cards. Not, I guess that'd be the right way to say it. Okay. All right. Let me move my phone out of the way. It's kind of in my way here. All right. So what we're going to do, you're going to get a larger piece than you need in your kit. So I am going to just line this up, and it's easiest if I just put corner to corner, and then I'm just going to lay this down like that so it holds in place for me. And then you'll want to make sure that you have something under your Stamparatus, whether it's the case or just this block. I'm just going to have this block underneath, and I'm going to take the Blackberry Bliss and then just ink up this stamp. Now, the beautiful thing about using the Stamparatus is that if you don't get a nice solid image the first time, you can re-ink and then stamp it again. Okay? So there we are, nice and juicy, and I'm going to put this over so I don't get my elbow in it. And then let's lay this down and just push this. Now, I don't have one of those, Chucky tools or whatever, but so I'm just going to push down. And again, the wonderful thing about this is if you don't get it solid, then you can stamp it again. So right here, I have a little section that's not completely solid. Can you see that little spot there? So let's grab the ink and let's ink that up. Oh, it looks like maybe I have something on there. So I'm just going to take a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to wipe this to make sure that that's off in that area. Okay. Instead of cleaning the whole thing, just take that scrap paper and wipe it off. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining. All right. So they're on our first card here. And again, this is Blackberry Bliss. And we've stamped it once, and it didn't get very good in this one spot, but I want a nice solid image to make it beautiful. Now, this will lighten up as it dries. These are the classic inks which will soak into your paper, and so it will lighten up as you leave it. And because it's with the magnets, it's going to go right in the same spot, so I don't have to worry that I'm shifted or anything because the magnets held my paper in place. All right, let's see. Beautiful. Now this is pretty dark, but it's going to lighten up. All right, so here's what we got. Let's move those magnets down out of the way a little bit. See how nice and solid that is? Now to me, in the picture, it does not look very Blackberry Bliss, but it will lighten, I promise you. Okay, so we are gonna use this again, and I think that's what I have here. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm trying to remember. So if I want to get some of this Blackberry off before I use my chamois to clean this, I'm just gonna stamp it on my scrap paper there, okay? And then I'm just gonna take my chamois and clean this off, okay? I think that's a great thing about these chamois. Who else just joined? Well, hi Kay, thank you for joining. Welcome anybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. I've been looking down instead of up at the comments. So we are on the first card, and this is one of the easiest cards and just making a nice, elegant card. So I'm going to move the Stamparatus out of the way for the moment and grab our next thing that we need. Oh gosh, okay. And that will be the cutter, okay? So here is the trick. Your frame is 3 inches by like 4.5. So what we want to do is we want to fit inside of the frame. Let me get up closer here. We want to fit inside of the frame. This is a little bit wider than the frame. So what I want, you can decide what you want. Do you want a little bit of the other one, the two like this, or like this? I think I want mine to be more like this right here. I want the church and the 2 trees. So you can do one of 2 things. You can go ahead and glue this down onto here and then cut it. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right. So let me grab my silicone mat. Again, this is an awesome tool. And I'm going to go ahead and just put my adhesive right on here because I'm just going to make this flat onto my stamped image. Oh, and now I'm really stuck. There. Okay. So there's that. And so that you can see this, let me come up a little higher. I'm a little bit out of the screen, looks like. There we go. What I need to do is I want this to lay this down so that I want my 2 trees to show, and I'm going to go up high so I have enough white area to stamp my sentiment, and that fits like right there. It's beautiful. Okay, just like that. All right, now I'm going to take my chances. If you're not sure, I got a little the glue there. Let me grab this. We don't sell these anymore, but we used to. But this is from the dollar store, and it works awesome the same way. So I need to just get that little glue seal off of there. I got a little too far on the edge. But that's one of our fun tools that you can get at the dollar store. All right, so that's what I have. Now let's cut this out. So you can use your cutter if you feel confident in that, or you can use your scissors, whichever you feel more confident in. And what I would say is if you're good, you can make sure that make sure that you don't have any of your gold in that line that's going to be cutting. There we go. All right, and I think I'm good. Yep. See, I didn't get quite close enough, but that's okay. I don't fussy much with the, like that. I'm okay with it being done with my hand scissors. So that's what I'm going to do. I will tell you that we have one that we've got to do a little fussy cutting, but because these images are so big, it's easy. It's very easy to use them. So, or fussy cut them. That's what I meant to say. All right, so I'm just getting this white so that it doesn't show. All right, there you go. Okay, All right, so let's move this out of the way. We're done with that for a minute. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Blackberry Bliss again, and we're going to stamp Merry Christmas right here. Now, it will fit beautifully, just like that. There we are. Okay. So the hardest part about this card, I think, is just gluing this together and having that part done so that you can mount it onto your card front. So there's that. Let's go ahead and put our card together. Remember I had a piece that goes on the inside. So let's go ahead and put this down. And it says Merry Christmas on the outside. Let's find something, a sentiment that we can put on the inside, okay? So, and again, if you don't have these exact stamps, you can purchase them with the host code so that you can get the free kit. You had to figure out what design to use. Oh, good. I'm glad that you like it. Hey, that's why I share, so that you can recreate and do your own thing with them, you know? It's all about creativity and copying what you see because you really love it. Let's grab this stamp set again. Where are you? Right here. So, let's see, what should we do? This right here, let me look, I'm going to bring this up here. It looks gorgeous. This just looks like peace on earth, goodwill to all. That's what it looks like to me. Or tidings of comfort and joy. That's kind of pretty. That's a Christmas song, so I think I'm going to use that one on the inside. Tidings of comfort and joy, since there's a little church. So, tidings of comfort and joy. Where are you? It's kind of rounded. Okay, let's see. I think here it is. Tidings of comfort and joy. So let's grab a block. And let's just stamp that right on the inside. Make sure I'm up here. Just like that. There we are. First card is done. Except we're gonna put it together, and that gold paper is really gonna complement this gold frame. Close this Blackberry. Which set is the Merry Christmas from? Carol Lee, that is from Hope and Peace, number 159773, and it's in the July to December catalog, page 40, right next to this stamp set, page 41. Yeah, did I miss anybody else? Comments? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Tanya, you are welcome. I'm glad that you're here. We're going to do 3 cards with this stamp set, so you'll get a few ideas. How's that? All right, so there is our front, or inside. Goodness, can't talk. And then this little gold, this is the free designer paper, and then this goes right on top of that. So look at how pretty that is. And then these little gold dots, just pick these little snowflake kind of dots up in there, I think. So that's our first card. Pretty simple, very elegant, and spend $50 and you get the paper for free. Now, of course, in the card kit, you're going to get the paper, the whole kit here to make this. You're just going to need whatever stamp set you use. All right, so that's going to go here, and I am going to pop that up. We don't have anything popped up, so let's just do it. I like to see a little dimension there, huh? Let's see. Thank you, Shar. Thank you. I'm glad that you guys like it. Thank you for joining me, everyone, on this Monday. That's when it's finally coming out. Finally able to get a live in again. And so, let's put this down just like this. And so that we have those gold dots equal around there. There you go. And there is card 1. Isn't that pretty? And Blackberry Bliss is the color. All right, card 1. Now, card number 2. Oh, thank you for the hearts, you guys. I love it. Thank you so much. Again, we are going to, you'll have a piece that is using the rectangle stitch framelits. So I have one of those cut in this kit. We're also using the music notes, the 3D emboss folder, and you would think I would have had it looked up, but I did not. And of course my things are not labeled yet, so let's look it up really quick here. If I can get to the, I think I passed them way back here. There we go. I think they're after the dies, so every time we get a new catalog, they move things around a little bit. There we are. Music notes, where are you? Merry Melody. Merry Melody is the way down here. Let me get in. Merry Melody. Goodness, I'm upside down. But basically, I can't get it up under the camera, you guys, but it's a $10 folder. Excuse me, it's a 3D embossing folder. So you will need the Big Boss machine in order to run this through. However, if you do some more on your own, yours will already be embossed when you get the card kit. Which catalog are these in? When you say these, what do you mean, Brenda? The stamp set or the rectangle dies? Let me know which one you're talking about. The stamp set is in the July to December. The embossing folder and the rectangle dies are in the annual catalog. The annual catalog, okay? All right, so number two card. That is going to feature, like I said, I have already pre-embossed the music notes. The stamp set, Brenda, is in the July to December catalog, page 40 and 41. Okay. Anyway, there you can see the music notes. It's so pretty. And this one is going to be Starry Sky. This card is going to be using Starry Sky, Starry Sky ink pad. We are going to use the sentiment from the piece to you. And then here are the parts and pieces that we need. 1 second here. I need to. Okay. So we're going to stamp on this piece, and you're going to have, this size piece, and it's like 3 1/4 by 5. 3 1/4 by 5. We're going to be stamping on that in just a second. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and it will already be embossed for you in your free kit. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, that's where it's at. And this piece is actually going to go attached to our card base, which is the thick white, and it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so that's going to layer on top of there, but we're not going to layer that yet. Okay, this is that brushed gold again, and it's gorgeous. And I have taken the die and cut the solid piece for this one. All right, so we are going to go back to our Stamparatus. So we need this piece. Anyway, we're going to stamp it, and then you have to cut it out. This is the one you have to fussy cut, which is nothing. I mean, really, hardly any work at all. So there's that. Let's go ahead and grab. You have that folder? Well, look at there, Tanya. You are in business, girl. All right, so let me put that here. Now, I need this. Basically, it just needs to be stamped on here because I'm going to cut it out. So I just want to make sure that that's going to hit this. Let me put it over here a little bit. There we go. Okay, so let's hold that down now with my magnets. And again, you want to be careful with your magnets. They don't get together and go like that. Oh, thanks. Who just shared that? Who shared my website? Thank you. Awesome. Where will we be able to see the measurements and stuff later? So you won't, unless you get the, unless you watch it here is where you're going to see the measurements, or if you get the card kit from me, you will have a color tutorial that'll be sent to you, but that's only if you place an order with me and you get the card kits for free. You'll get the color tutorial for free also. but I don't post them besides right here in the video. So yeah. Okay. I have the Mary and Joseph here. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do it sideways. It makes it easier to ink up. So let me do this. I'm going to put the stamp case here so that I can ink it up. Makes it easier. Okay, so we can rewatch. Yes ma'am. You got it, Tanya. Yeah. That's why I do it here free, and anybody that really wants to have the kits made for them, that's where you place the order and you're going to get the kits for free. And then you're right, you can go right to my website that I have in this description, or right here, I have it listed right there, and you can place the order with the host code that I showed at the beginning of the video. Okay, so again, I'm going to ink this up. Let's see how well I did. Oh, my magnet's a little far up. There we go. Okay, let's push that down and let's get this inked up, and I'll probably have to ink it again. Oh my goodness, that really worked well. I guess I don't have to. That one, when you have well inked pads, you know, sometimes you can get it on the first try. This looks beautiful. I don't have to do it again. So there you go. All right, so there's that. So let's move this back out of the way. And then you're going to have to just fussy cut this out. And I've already done that to save a little time right here. But yeah, and it doesn't matter. You just, so see, here's the piece just like this. And I just came in and cut that right out. Okay? All right. So now here's what we have. We have our beautiful cut out piece. That is going to go right centered into this gold, which is so beautiful. Okay, here, if I do this, you can see it better probably. See there? Okay, so let's get some adhesive on the back. This is flat. I'm going to just lay this down flat. And this is going to go kind of in the center. There we go. Have to concentrate a minute. There we go. All right. There's that. Now, this piece, like I said, is going to go here. But what I need you guys to tell me, hi Diana, welcome. You can go back and watch the replay. Absolutely. We're on the second card. So we have three different types of gold ribbon. And I don't even have this one open yet. So I need to open it so you can really see this ribbon. Now, if you have it yourself, you will know how beautiful these ribbons are in person. Because I always say this every time I do a live. It is, you know, when you see it in person, it's so much more beautiful than on the camera. So we have a couple different ones. So here, this is a very pretty kind of sheer, but you've got gold running through like that. So I have this one. We also have nice solid satin gold ribbon that goes well. All of these go beautiful with this brushed gold. And then we have a shimmer gold ribbon. So give me your vote. Hi Teresa, welcome. This is a shimmery gold ribbon. So tell me what you think. Which one do you think is best going on the blue? Let me bring them down here, and I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can, I want to see what your vote is. Here are the three, okay? Tell me which one. Satin, sheer, shimmer. You like number one? Okay, Linda says number one. There's a little bit of delay, so I do have to wait a minute to see what anybody else has to say. Let me turn them so you guys can see the differences here. You like the sheer, Pam? The sheer? Okay, 2 for sheer, 2 for satin, 3 for satin. Okay, number 2 is the sheer. Oh my goodness. Sheer or shimmer? Oh, solid. Okay, I'm thinking that this one right here is the winner. Right here, number 1. Okay, we're going with this one. I love it. Thank you guys. I couldn't decide because I think all of them are beautiful. And I have not pre-made this, you know, I just put it together thinking, okay, this is what I want. And I couldn't decide on the ribbon. So I think all of you had, I mean, they're all beautiful, but we're going to go with this one right here. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so there's that. You guys are really giving me a run for my money here. Here's the sheer. Okay, that's the sheer. And I'm going to leave out the shimmer. It's between the sheer. All right, let's see. Let's do this. Okay. And then here we are. Hi, Barbara. I'm so happy to see your name up here. We're going to go with the solid. I don't know, you guys. Such decisions. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. Darn. Okay. Whew. All right, let's go with the sheer. Let's go with the sheer. Let's see how that looks, all right? I just decided. There we are. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You know, the way that I like to do the ribbons is solid. Oh, I don't know either. I know. Okay, maybe I'll have to make one with solid and then let you guys see what it looks like. Okay, so what I like to do is take my ribbons and just tape them on the back. You actually save some on your ribbons when you do that. Normally, when you get a card kit from me, yeah, Jean, I know they're both so pretty. When you get a card kit from me, you normally, make sure I have this like right side up, yeah. You will get enough to go all the way around, unless it's pre-tied for you, okay? So let's bring that here, and I'm just going to take my tape that in the back, make sure it's kind of straight, and then I'm going to tape the other end. It's interesting. It's always so awesome, I guess, is really what I like to say. Not interesting, when I get feedback from everybody. And I think because I'm using the sheer ribbon, we're going to go with a bow. I think a bow would be very pretty with the sheer ribbon. So let's see here. I'm going to come around, and that should be about enough. And I'm going to put that here. Let's make a little bow like that. And beautiful. Okay. Then after you get a bow made, you always have to kind of, you know, work with it a little bit. There we are. And I need my ribbon scissors here. I was using my paper ones, and I shouldn't have done that. There we go. There we are. Beautiful. Now this is really pretty, you guys. All right. You guys must have saw something in the shimmer ribbon. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to put on our focal piece here with some dimensionals. One of the tips that I want to share, which if you watch me often, I'm always live unless life happens, which it has done that to me lately. I'm live on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. And I always talk about when you're putting ribbon on something with dimensionals and ribbon, you usually don't want to have your dimensionals right on the ribbon. And that's because it doesn't stick very well, and then it ends up not holding here. You'll finish later. Thank you for sharing. Okay, good. Come back and see the rest. This is card number 2. Card number 3 is a little more involved, and usually when I do the different steps, I usually start with the easiest and go to the harder one when I do these virtual classes. All right, so this is going to fit right here, okay? And it goes, and it's the same 4 inches, just like the Starry Sky. Okay. Just like that. All right, and then this is going to go flat. Okay. All right. The Starry Sky is a gorgeous Christmas color. And then adding it to this white base is just going to make that pop. Now we're not going to put a sentiment on the front. I didn't want to take away from the focus here. So that's why I didn't do that. And I'm not confident I like my bow that way. I might have to take this, and you know, another tip for you is that if your bow is not staying where you want it to be, or if you didn't tie it so it would stay that way, you can take mini glue dots and you know, put it down and make it stay where you want it to be. So I might do that before I take photos and then post it on the website. Oh, that worked a little bit better. Okay. All right, so there we go. And the last thing that we're going to do is may God's hope and love shine on you this season. That's what I'm going to put on the inside. And again, we're going to stick with the same color. Now, if you love embossing, oh my word, gold would be awesome with this. Get my hand under in here. Make sure I'm inked up good before I go to stamp it in my card. And then this is just going to go right there, just like that. So yeah, you like the sheer, Brenda? That's what I went with. So that's what we went with. All right. That is card number 2, and I'll flip it over so you can see it. I wanted that to soak in and dry just 1 second here before I shut the card. There you are. There is card number 2. Isn't that pretty? Now, I guess you could, if you wanted to, you could add some more gold in here and bling if you wanted to. We are going to go with what we got right there now and leave it just like that. Okay, so card number 3. Let's move all of this so I can get to the next card project. And, this month is World Watercolor Month, so I thought we'd feature that a little bit, and I've got some tips and tricks in this one too that is going to be pretty awesome. So we're going to go with another in color, and this one is going to be, it's the Orchid Oasis. We are also going to be using, oh gosh, I can't even get myself together here. We are going to be using some watercolor pencils. You can use whatever color medium you have, or you don't even have to color this. If you get the kit, you don't even have to do the coloring if you don't want. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But this one is definitely more of the experienced stamper, avid stamper, but you can really tone it down, okay? So let me grab what we're going to use. We're going to use the Memento Black. We're going to use the Orchid Oasis ink, stamp. My water painter, I'm using the very skinny one of the 3 that come in the packet. What is the gold paper? Brenda, the gold paper is the brushed gold packet. Okay? The brushed gold packet. We're also going to use the double oval punch because we're going to use that for our sentiment. So I'm going to leave that here. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp. Now, another great tool that we just got in our holiday catalog is this awesome toolkit. Now, this isn't in the kit, but you have it comes in a box, and you've got the holder that you can use for your embossing powder, and this actually screws on and off, which is awesome. You have a brush, you have a tweezers, and it's the reverse tweezers, so when you squeeze it, it opens, and then when you release it, it holds, so you can have more fingers to use. And it comes with a brush, so if you get some extra embossing powder, you can use that to get the extra off. And our famous little embossing buddy. Those are the tools that come in the, where is my catalog? It comes in the July to December catalog. And so if you do not have these from years gone past, like the container and embossing buddy, grab this up. It's a great, great tool. Okay. so there's that. All right, let's, I'm going to put these in here for a second because we are going to use the Stamparatus again. And I just need to move these things out of the way. So before we do the embossing, we're going to do some heat embossing. Before we do that, I am going to go ahead and we're going to use this, this is also in the holiday catalog. It's the metallic edge cotton ribbon, silver on the edges, and it has a little bit of a vanilla instead of white tint to it. But we are going to change colors. We're going to make it a different color. Okay, so we're going to take our Orchid Oasis and we are going to take a blending brush. I hope they sell the tweezers separate someday. I have them from before. I don't know, Char, if they're going to do that or not, but they're a great tool. So blending brush, Orchid Oasis, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of my ribbon. So you take your brush, just grab some ink off of there. Now I'm going to tap some off. See how heavy that is coming off? And I'm just going to brush this ribbon and change it to coordinate with Orchid Oasis. Okay, did you know that you could do this? Now you could probably also do this with your blends, the alcohol markers, but I thought, you know what, I don't think I want it that dark. I want it to be a nice pretty match with the Orchid Oasis. Okay, this needs to be a little bit darker, and I need enough to tie around the front and tie a knot. So I just need to get that going there. Let's see, about that much, and then that. All right, just a tad more. And I'm doing this first so that it can be nice and dry, so when I'm ready to put it on the card. It dries really fast, but now because I'm going to be using some of it on the other side, I'm going to go ahead and color the other side of a section so that when I cut it for my kind of faux bow, it will coordinate. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this up for the minute. All right, so I'm done with that. So let's put this out of the way. Get my ribbon scissors here and cut this right there. And then we're going to save that. That's going to go around. And let's see here. We're going to cut about this much off to tie my knot. I think that's enough. Let's see. You know, I'm not really measuring here. I'm just kind of doing my thing. So, all right. So there we are. We're going to set that aside. But look how pretty that is. It's no longer... See, here's the original. Look at the difference. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's get to Stampin' and coordinating. Like I said, this is the hardest card. It's more for the avid stamper. But what color foil paper is that? Brenda, I'm not sure if I answered you already, but it's gold. It's the brushed gold papers. There's specialty papers in the annual catalog. If you go in the annual catalog, you'll see in the specialty papers, you'll find the gold brushed foils, the brush color foils. And there's like okay, let's just go there. That's the best thing to do. Let's find it. Specialty papers, right here towards the front. Let's see. I already passed them, didn't I? They're past the designer papers, so let's get there. There we are. Right here, brushed metallics. So you get copper, gold, and bronze. Okay, right here. Brushed metallic. That's why you might have not been able to find it. So that's the one you want. You get 6 single sheets, 2 of each. So 2 copper, 2 bronze, and 2 gold for 15. They're 12 by 12. Okay? There you go. Good to know you can use blending brushes on the ribbon. Yeah. Yeah, that this one's particularly, this particular ribbon works really well because it kind of soaks it in as you're working. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to do some embossing. And again, I had mentioned using the, making sure to use your Stamparatus. So we are going to use that again. And let's go ahead and get our, so in your kit, you're going to have these pieces. You'll already have this punched out, okay? That's what the double oval's for. You will have a basic Orchid, 5.5, 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then you have a piece for the inside, which is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. That's for the inside. This is what you're going to stamp. You can, if you don't want to do embossing, you don't have to. If you love the blends, the alcohol markers, what's the number? Hang on one second, Tanya, and I can let you know, hon. If you like the alcohol markers, you can stamp in your Memento Black and then do coloring with your blends. We're going to emboss because we're going to do watercoloring, and that's the reason I wanted to go with the embossing. So looking this up, the number is 153524. Brush metallic 12 by 12 cardstock. 153524. There you go. Okay. So you've got a piece of black that you're going to layer onto. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And then the piece that we're going to stamp on is 3.5 by 4 3/4. That's what we're going to stamp on. There's a little twist to this one too, so hopefully you'll enjoy this. All right, this is what we're going to stamp on to do embossing. So let me move this ribbon over the other way. Let's come up here. Let's go ahead and, I need to clean this off first. That's the thing. I usually try to clean as I go, so when I get to something, if I haven't cleaned it, I don't get myself in trouble, which I almost did there. So let's clean this off because we're going to be using Versamark, and Versamark is a clear pigment ink, and pigment ink means it sits on top of your paper. It does not soak in like the regular classic inks. Okay, so I am going to use my Versamark ink, which is over here. Before I do that, let's go ahead. Look at that. I want to clean my fingers so I don't get this on my white. Okay, hang on. Just have to clean off a little bit of the blue, you guys. All right, let's see. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on this piece right here. First, before I do that, because I'm going to do embossing, I'm just going to rub this all over, and basically what it does, it helps with the static or moisture so that you don't get extra little black pieces from your powder all over your white that you don't want, okay? So that's the scoop on that. So let me see. I need to get this. I'm going to put it here. I need to get this so that it is kind of up at the top. I need to center it. Now here's another tip, okay? If you would like to put your paper like in the corners, just like this right here, okay? I'm up in the corner here, and I got it lined up on the side. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to, just like that. Now I'm going to take this off of my block, and I'm going to lay this down where I want it to be. This is how you decide. I want my stamp to go kind of like about right there, making sure that it's kind of straight and in the middle. And then you bring your Stamparatus down and you push that onto the sticky side, and there you go. You've got it right in the right place that you want it. Okay? All right. Let's go ahead and get the Versamark on here. Now the Versamark, like I said, is a clear ink, and so I'm going to ink this up a couple times. Let me get back in the camera. Sorry about that. I just keep pulling it closer to me, you know. Let me get this inked up. Now I'm going to do this a couple times because I want to make sure this is nice and inky so that when I put my powder on, it's going to stick very nicely for me. and give me a beautiful solid image. Okay, so let's do that. Push that down, and let's do it again, making sure. Now the Versamark is a sticky ink, so just make sure your paper doesn't move. And you, as long as you got your magnets there, you should be good. All right, let's see. Get nice and inked up here. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So let's stamp that down one more time. Same place. Just ink it up very well, because I want my powder to be nice and dark. Okay? Or solid. I'm sorry. I want it to be nice and solid. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to take this out of here. And I don't know if you can see a little bit of shadow, maybe. I'm looking to see. You can see it. There you go. You can see how the Versamark on the white that right there. So, okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and get the powder on here. And let's take our tools out. And the basic black. Now our embossing powders currently come in a 3-pack. You know, I've been a demonstrator for 21 years, and so they've had all different colors of embossing powders, and I have containers that are single, but they do sell it now where you get 3 colors in a package. Okay, all right, so tap that down, and that's why if you have the container, see how it goes in, the extra goes out into the here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put powder on it again in case there's any little spots. I want it to be nice and solid when I heat it up. Okay, and then I kind of curl it a little bit so I get a lot of it back in the container, and that looks beautiful. Okay, now there are some little pieces, you know, I can see a few little pieces like right there. Sometimes if you just take the back and you flick it like this, you will get most of that off, which I did, which is awesome. All right. Okay. Like I said, this is the longest, this is the hardest card, so it's taking us a minute. Lots of steps in this card, but it's beautiful. I think you will love it, and you'll like the different steps that we're doing here. So now I'm going to use the heat tool, and it is loud, so it'll just take a minute, but hopefully I want to make sure that how you can see how this works. This is where this little tool is awesome. Okay, you can hold it there, and I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to hold it up here, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see it change color when the heat is when it's melted, I guess. There we go. Can you see it changing color? There. And then I'm just holding it in one spot and just making sure that it's melted all the way. Okay, there we go. See how you can see the difference in the dark? So it's almost done. And then once you see that you don't have any of that it's all shiny and dark, you know it's done. Okay? So there you are. That is how heat embossing works. All right. Now, you can see that it does warp the paper just a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to put adhesive down and stuff, and it's going to be fabulous. All right. So next, we have a fun technique that we're going to do, again, with the blending brush and the Orchid and masking paper. The masking paper, I just did a class with this little guy, the Adventurous Journey. Our masking paper, what you do is you're going to stamp your image. You can see it's just a light color. I stamp the image onto the masking paper, and then I cut it out. Then you peel it off, and it is sticky on this side. Okay, we're going to mask this off. And so I want when you mask something off, that way nothing will get underneath here, because I don't want See how you have white right here? I do not want color in there yet. I don't want color in there for what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to mask this. Let me just grab a scrap because we're going to be using the blending brush. And we're going to blend on the background here. All right. Okay. Again, when you're using the blending brush, just scrape and get some ink. I like to tap it off because it is pretty dark, and then start off and then come onto your paper. Okay? Just like that. Now, on this one, I like the look of little, kind of not solid. I want it to look kind of like a cloudy sky is what I'm going for. Okay, so I'm just rubbing this ink so that it goes onto the white cardstock, and I'm just going to go all over this white piece that you have here. And nothing is getting underneath where I've masked it. I don't want any color on the white areas underneath my masking. Welcome back, Kay. All right, let's go up here a little bit more. Okay, this looks pretty good. Awesome. Okay, all right, so let's put this away one more time. And let's put that here so I won't forget where I'm at. Okay, you ready to see the magic? So here we are. And then when I pull this masking away, you know, just pull it away gently. See there? That just gives it that beautiful blue sky look in behind. And we're going to be doing some coloring here. All right. Now, you can use this mask several times. And so, yeah, save your little piece of paper that, make sure you got the right side. Save your piece of paper that you stick this back on here, if I can. And then you can use it again. There we go. I think I got it. Pretty good anyway. I'm going to put it up here out of the way. All right. Awesome. Glad you guys are here. So let's go ahead and do some coloring. So I have the, these are the watercolor pencils, and these have some of the basic colors in there. So basic gray, black, red, daffodil, early espresso. What we're going to use is we are going to go with what color is this one? Basic gray. I want basic gray for Joseph's kind of headdress here. And I'm not being super fussy about the color. I just want to get the color in there. Okay, so I'm going to do all the coloring first. So there's that. The next thing we're going to do is I think I want the real red, and we're going to go with red for the baby's swaddling here. And let's see, that's her hand, and there's a little bit in there. Okay, okay. All right, there's that. And then for her, let's see, what color is this? Pacific Point? Yeah, let's go with Pacific Point. And we are going to color her head covering, I guess is the color of it. Yeah, this is her right here. You have to think for a second when you start coloring in the white areas, what the white areas are. Okay. Pretty already. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, let's go here like that. All right, so there's that. And then let's take the early espresso, if I can find it. Early espresso, and then that is the color I'm going to use for his clothes, I guess, for the best word to use. And you can see that I'm not being super specific on my coloring because we are going to do the watercolor. The reason I went with the watercolor is because I embossed, and that's what I wanted. Okay, I wanted the watercolor because I embossed. If you don't have embossing and you want to stamp this in Memento Black, then you can use the alcohol blends and color this however you'd like. But I just thought it'd be fun to do some watercoloring because it is watercolor month, World Watercolor Month. The last thing is I need daffodil because, of course, we have a beautiful star here, and I want that to be nice and bright yellow. I don't think I'm going to watercolor that because I'm going to color that real heavy, and then we're going to put a sparkle in there. Okay, there we are. So let's grab this. Like I said, we're using the skinniest one, the smallest. What you want to do is just fill this with water, and this tip, if you haven't used these before, they screw the opposite way. So instead of righty-tighty, you go right and it loosens it, okay? So make sure that, there you go, just like that. Make sure, and then you want to squeeze it out. Now you can get a paper towel, but I don't really need one. I just want to make sure that the water's coming out, and I've got it. So let me see. I don't want to move my camera, but I think I'm going to bring this up, and I'm just going to start watercoloring, and so you can see how this will just smooth this right out, the watercolor pencils, and it's just going to smooth that color right out, and then you can see that that's why I didn't worry so much about the lines of what I was doing. Now to go to the next color, if you have color on your water brush, you know, wipe it off till you, then you go into your next color. Now because you are, the black is, can you see how that's blending when I put the water on it? Because you have the black embossing, make sure you keep the water going because you want it to stay wet. Not drip drip, but you want it to stay wet enough to really blend the pencils. Back to the whole the embossing. The embossing just helps you when you get to the edge. You don't have to worry about it. You just keep going, and you can go over the edge onto the black. But it really, it just works with when you have it embossed. Okay. All right, let's get this going here. Now, after you've watercolored it once, you don't want to be, I mean, you can just see how I'm just gliding right over it. Sorry, I went out of the camera. Just kind of gliding right over it. I'm not, you know, being super, super precise, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, just do little brush strokes, making sure that you've got water going on so that it blends that color. Okay, see what's going on there? Hopefully you guys are seeing that. It's always so much better in person, but you know. Okay, so there we are. And then let's see if I can do the little swaddling here and brighten that color up a little bit. Usually when you add the water, it brightens that color right up. Okay, so there you go. It's not super bright. I don't want it super bright colors, and that's the reason, another reason too, I chose not to go with the blends, because sometimes the colors that we have to choose from are very bright. But in person, now see, bring it up, you can see the colors better when I turn it sideways. Okay, all right, there's your coloring. A little bit of watercoloring for you. All right, so we are almost done, and next we are ready to put our card together. Well, let's see, we got a stamp here, and so that's what we're going to use, the black. Go back to the black memento, and this, and we're going to stamp the light of the world in the memento. So let's ink that up. I'll tell you what, since I'm using just an inch strip of paper, I think I'm going to cut my oval first and just bring that right in here. And 1 inch is what you need, and that fits perfect for that oval if you don't want a backing. I don't want a backing. I didn't want that foo-foo on there, the you know what I'm saying, like that. Yeah, lots of techniques on here, Tanya. You're right. Okay, so there's that. I got my ink. Here's my oval. Let's get this stamped on here. Ink up. And light of the world. The light of the world, I guess it says. Beautiful. Now you could do that in the blue if you wanted to, but I just thought since we had quite a bit of blue on here, and our card base is blue, I decided to just go with the black. Okay, I think we're ready to put this together. And see why I wanted to make sure this was nice and dry, so that's why I did that first, before I started the other steps. Alright, so we're going to bring this back in, and this is going to get attached. Make sure that I don't have that on any blue that gets on the front of my card. I don't want that to happen. Okay, and then this is going to go onto the black, and that's just going to get like 1/4 inch all the way around, making sure that's the same. And so when you put this down, make sure you've got nice, a lot of your adhesive on there so that it won't buckle on you, so it won't be bubbly, I guess, the waves, the scallop. Okay, there we go. So there's that. Next, let's go ahead and put this down. See how beautiful? Oh my gosh, you can't even tell in person, but look, I mean, you can't see on the camera, but it looks so, matches so beautiful. All right, this is actually going to get taped onto the back. Remember how I said I like to do the taping? That's what I like to do. So let's do that. Well, let's see. I think this might hold because I've got long enough pieces. So there we go. We're just going to lay that down and lay that down like that. All right, and then let's go ahead and mount this onto the front of our card base, just like that. That's going to be on the inside. All right, but look at how gorgeous that is. The Orchid, this is Orchid Oasis that I have used here. Okay, and here's my oval that I just stamped. Let's pop this up, and I'm going to use a couple of the little minis and put one right up on that side and one right there. And see how I've got it kind of straddled, and that's because the ribbon's going to go in between, so it will stick better. And I think I'm going to put that over here, kind of over here, right there. And then this other piece that I colored, and that's both sides, we're going to take this and we're going to just tie that in an easy little knot to make it look like this is what they kind of call a bow, a fake bow, I guess. All right, so there we are, and then I'm going to take my ribbon scissors and trim this down short. All right, but we're not done. We're almost done. Okay, there's that. All right, next. I didn't put enough adhesive down here. Okay, see how that's, see that's bowing up there a little bit? That's because of the embossing. And so I just need to get a little extra adhesive in there. I'm going to hold that down for a second. And I didn't come all the way up the sides like I should have. I'm going to see if I can pull this up a tad and maybe get under here just a little bit. I'm going to bend it. Oh well. Gosh, Barb. Okay. There we go. All right. So there is our card. Let me bring it and see if you can see. But see how gorgeous? It's just so pretty. But we're not done because it needs a little more. And we are going to use some of the basic rhinestones, which is going to really pull the silver from the ribbon. It's really going to make that pop. So let's go ahead. Use our Take Your Pick tool, the best $10 tool in the world. We're going to take one of the medium gems with my pick tool, and that is going to go inside my star. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of the large, and let's just kind of go here, and then we're going to go with a small, and we're going to go with another small kind of right there, and then I want another small one, and I want it on the oval. And there we are. Now we have a little bit of bling to coordinate with the silver in the ribbon. Hi, how do you say your name? Jaria? Jaria, is that how you say your name? Welcome. Glad to have you. There you go. And so let's go ahead and bring this, oh, we got one more thing. This has to go on the inside. And that's why I chose to use the coordinating stamp set, so that you have some really great sentiments for the inside of your card along with the front, coordinating these two stamp sets together. So let me grab that. So yeah, these are the two stamp sets that I use for things today. The Light of the World, Emmanuel, God with Us, that one is a good. The Weary World Rejoices. May knowing Christ bring you peace for today, hope for tomorrow, and joy in every season. I love that. Wishing you hope and peace of Christ this season. Nice. I love this. This is so good. Thank you, Jean. Let's see. The Light of the World. Emmanuel, God with Us. That is what we need. This one right here. Okay, let me grab a block. And let's ink that up. And let's just kind of stay with the black theme. And let's use that just because it works on the inside there. Get this inked up well. I always take a look and make sure my block is, or my rubber is inked up well. There we are. I'll get my arm in that if I don't move this. Well, thanks for being here, you guys. I'm going to bring all the cards in together. And again, you can get these card kits for free if you place a $30 minimum order with me through, I believe I put down the 15th of August. I have to go back and look at my notes. I'm sorry. The 10th is when I have my card club class. That's a $25 class. And so that's why the 10th is sticking in my mind. I keep thinking, but I'm pretty sure August 15th. Look at the notes. If you're not sure, I'll also, this will be posted again, a reminder. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring all the cards in so you can see them. And I need to put some adhesive here. I'm going to use some glue. This one little side here, I didn't get enough adhesive when I put this down. There we go. My glue will hold it, won't it? Yep. I put too much though, right to the edge. There we go. All right, let's do that to hold this down for 1 minute. I love that we have different types of adhesives because they all work together, or they just have their own little purpose. So, all right. So, if you've stuck with me the whole time, thank you so much. If you are jumping in at the, fast forwarded to see the cards, give me 1 second. I'm going to get them all out here to take a look. And I think they're pretty beautiful, you guys. So here's card number 1 using Blackberry Bliss. So pretty. Card number 2 using the gold and Starry Sky. And card number 3 using Orchid Oasis and doing some embossing with embossing powder. And again, you can get these kits for free by placing an order. Oh my goodness. $30 or more. I'm sorry, I'm dropping everything in the floor. Sorry. By placing an order of $30 or more with me. Hi, thank you guys. I'm so glad that you enjoyed and that you were here to see the cards. You can always come back and watch the replay for all the measurements, the instructions. But again, if you do place an order, you will get the card kits. You'll also get the color tutorial along with the card kit. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here so much. All right, now listen, if you don't follow me, always join me on Thursday. I do tips and tricks using a variety of stamps and techniques, sometimes fun folds. I try to put a fun fold in there every week. But I plan to be live on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like I always try to, and join me then. And I will have giveaways on Thursdays. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to give me a thumbs up, especially if you're on YouTube, because they always love that. And I appreciate you guys being here. So have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you on Thursday. Okay? Bye-bye.